Hey, folks, welcome to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network podcast. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. And before we get started, I'd just like to give a shout out to two of our newest subscribers to our YouTube channel, Brian Briscoe, Jorge Fabian. Thank you so much for subscribing to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel. Brian Briscoe, Jorge Fabian, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you're looking for some great wrestling apparel, you have to go to ringloyals.com. Ringloyals.com is your wrestling apparel company. Check them out. They have a lot of great stuff on their site. Ringloyals.com, your wrestling apparel company. Okay, let's get into it. MLW is focusing on their women's division. Dave Prazak joins MLW to focus on their women's division. Fightful.com here reporting. It says Major League Wrestling plans on putting a renewed focus on the women's division, and Dave Prazak will lead the charge. MLW announced that Prazak, who founded the all-women's promotion Shimmer in 2005, has joined MLW to spearhead the women's division. Dave Prazak reporting here, or a quote from Dave Prazak, he says, I value the chance to assist some of the very deserving Shimmer athletes in receiving opportunities to grow by entering the MLW ranks. The addition of more women to MLW events in the future will only add to the wonderful variety already featured as part of the MLW product. Prazak, one of the most successful women wrestling promoters in American history, founded Shimmer in November 2005. So that's great news for MLW. I was wondering when they're going to get their women's division going, and looks like this summer that women's division is going to be up and running in MLW. And it looks like Dave Prazak is going to be looking to Shimmer to bring Shimmer talents into MLW. I wonder if it's just going to be Shimmer talent or if he's going to be looking outside of Shimmer as well. I hope he's going to look outside of Shimmer as well, because I was looking at Shimmer's roster, and they actually have a decent roster. Some bigger names that I see on the roster right now: Allison Kay, Ashley Vox, Leela Hirsch, Marty Bell, Delmy Exo is on there. Jody Threat. Ooh, Jody Threat is part of the promotion. Willow Nightingale. So there's a lot of talent in Shimmer, and I think they would fit right in with MLW. But I think I'm kind of hoping, and Court Bauer is a very, very smart man, and I would hope that he's going to be looking outside of Shimmer as well, because there's a lot of talent. There's three names that I have in mind. Actually, it was four names, but I mentioned four names, but I mentioned one, Jody Threat. But there are three other names that I could think of the top of my head that I think would be absolutely fantastic in MLW's women division. Masha Slamovich, for one, would be absolutely fantastic. They could just put the title on her and she could hold it for some time. She is definitely championship material. LaFisto could come in and be she would be a great signing for MLW. Not only can she come in, but she can also help train some of the younger talent. She's been doing it for such a long time. One of the best wrestlers in the world, in my opinion. LaFisto would be absolutely fantastic in MLW. And Alexia Nicole. Alexia Nicole should be signed to a major promotion. Alexia Nicole, top talent up here in Canada. There's no way that she's not signed to a major promotion right now. I know the pandemic and everything, kind of got in the way, and there was some interest from Impact Wrestling, but now's a chance. Now's a chance. She's a free agent still, and MLW looking to get that women's division going. Alexia Nicole will be a great signing, be a great addition to that women's division. So that's the name. Masha Slamovich, LaFisto, Alexia Nicole. I think if they could bring those three in, I don't know if they could bring all. If they're going to bring all three in, or I don't know if they're going to bring any in. But I think those are three big names that they could bring in that could really jumpstart that women's division. And I mentioned Jody Threat. Jody Threat also a huge talent that I think would be a great addition. And I ran down the list here of Shimmer talents. And there's a lot. Allison Kay could come in. Ashley Vox, Delmy Exo, they're tag team sisters. They're the Shimmer tag team champions. Kimberly is a Shimmer champion, but she's signed to Impact Wrestling, so we won't expect Kimberly to, unless TJP. He wrestles in Impact in MLW. No, I don't know the details of her contract. I don't know if she's able to wrestle for another promotion. Maybe Kimberly, but I pretty sure that she's locked into Impact Wrestling. So I don't think we'd see Kimberly. Solo Darling, very, very talented wrestler. So there's a lot of talent that they could bring in from Shimmer to MLW to get that women's division going. But if they could bring in Nicole, Lufisto, or Slamovich, or two of those three, or even three of those three, I think that would be great. I think Masha Slamovich. Also, as I said, it's Alexei Nicole should be signed to a major promotion. Lufisto and Masha Slamovich also should be signed to major promotions. Masha Slamovich is just incredibly, incredibly talented. I mean, she's championship material. I mean, if they brought in Masha Slamovich, I would say Court Bauer, just put the title on her. You know, I don't know if there's going to be a title tournament to determine the first MLW Women's Champion. I'm sure that's going to be down the line, but she's definitely a great candidate to hold the MLW Women's Championship when that does in fact come into play. So lots of big names out there, and again, like I said, Court Bauer. Court Bauer is just when it comes to locating and finding undiscovered talent, Court Bauer is just fantastic at it, and I'm sure he's I'm sure he's scoping around right now with looking for some undiscovered women talent. Alexei Nicole, Masha Slamovich, Court Bauer. I'm sure he's looking around for some undiscovered talent that he could bring in to add to the women's division. But this is exciting. This is exciting. It's going to just add another element to MLW. MLW is a great promotion. They're bringing in some great talent, and now this is going to add another element to MLW. So we'll see. Dave Prazak has got his work cut out for him, but I'm sure discovered Shimmer in 2005. He's done a great job with promoting women's wrestling. I'm sure he's going to do a fantastic job. And working with Court Bauer, I'm sure they're both going to bring in some decent talent, and I'm looking forward to the MLW Women's Division. It's something to really get excited about. It's something to really, really get excited about. Again, it's going to add another element. Alicia Atut, up here in Canada, maybe you could. Maybe Alicia Atut could recommend some top talent up here in Canada. Alexia Nicole, maybe. Lufisto, maybe. But maybe Alicia Atut, she could go on a talent scouting mission for MLW up here in Canada and look for some top talent, or Court Bauer himself could come up here. There's a lot of talent here in Canada that's looking to get rolling down the States. I've mentioned a few, and but regardless, I'm looking forward to the MLW's women's division, and it's starting this summer. I don't know if it's going to start at the Battle Riot 3 on July 10th. I don't know if we're going to see some women matches on that show, or I believe that's a TV taping as well. I don't know if we're going to see any women matches then, or it's going to be on the next show. But MLW Women's Division starting up this summer, and let's get excited about that, because it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. Again, it's going to add another element to MLW, something to really, really get excited about. All right, let's move along. Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna Purrazzo is defending her title in a title versus title match at TripleMania, AAA's TripleMania show, which is August 14th. So it's going to be a title versus title match, the Impact Wrestling Knockouts title held by Deonna Purrazzo. And she's putting it on the line against Faby Apache, who is the Reina de Reinas champion in AAA, which is their top women's title. So Faby Apache versus Deonna Purrazzo, title versus title. Huge match, interpromotional match taking place on AAA's biggest show of the year, and Impact Wrestling is not even promoting it. They're not even talking about it. They're not even pushing it. I don't even think they've tweeted about it. I don't think they've posted anything on Facebook about it. It's like it's not happening to Impact Wrestling, and I don't know why. This is huge. This is a huge match. Their champion, Deonna Purrazzo, is going into another promotion, AAA, and meeting their top women's champion. and it's title versus title. But Impact Wrestling is not promoting it. AAA is promoting it. They're promoting the heck out of it. But Impact Wrestling is not promoting it at all. This is huge for Impact Wrestling. I don't know why they're not promoting it. Maybe they'll do some promotion after Slammiversary, but I don't think they should have waited. I think Slammiversary could have been used as a way to push this match, to plug this match, to push this match. They should have mentioned it. We should have got like a little video package. Faby Apache was actually on a few Impact Wrestling shows when they were in Mexico. She challenged Tessa Blanchard actually for the Knockouts title. We should have got a little Faby Apache video package, and they should have been plugging. They should have been promoting their champion going into, I don't want to say enemy territory, but enemy territory. Another promotion, putting her title on the Impact's title on the line against their top women's champion, and they're not promoting it. And it doesn't make sense. Again, Slammiversary is coming up. They're promoting Slammiversary, but they're not really promoting Slammiversary. There's no real buzz for Slammiversary, in my opinion. But they should be promoting this, even if it's on social media. If it's just plug in unless they promote it on social media and I just miss it. But I've asked a couple of people, they don't recall seeing anything. I went online, I plugged in, looked for it, but I couldn't find anything. So as far as I'm concerned, Impact Wrestling is not promoting this huge inter-promotional match between their champion, the Knockouts champion, Deonna Purrazzo, and AAA's top female champion, Faby Apache. It's going to be a great match. I mean, Deonna Purrazzo has been on a few AAA cards, beating opponents. I can't remember the names, but I think she's on it 2 or 3 times, and she's been victorious each time. Gearing up for this huge match on August 14th. But I don't know why Impact Wrestling is just ignoring it. I mean, this is huge. I mean, just doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, unless after Slammiversary they're going to stop pushing it. But it would be cool to see Faby Apache do a run-in at Slammiversary and go after Deonna Purrazzo. And if she does do that, that's great. But no one's really going to know why, right? Right? No one's going to really understand what's going on because they haven't promoted it at all. So if Faby Apache runs in, there might be a lot of confusion and people in the crowd and people watching not knowing what's going on. So they should have promoted it a little bit. Will Faby Apache jump in and attack Purrazzo at Slammiversary? Probably not. Probably not. But like if it did happen, like I said, nobody would know. Nobody would understand what's going on. And again, this is a huge inter-promotional match. One of the top wrestlers in the world, Deonna Purrazzo, the Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion, putting the title on the line at TripleMania, and Impact Wrestling is ignoring it. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know why they're. Again, I hope after Slammiversary they do some promoting on it, but we'll see. We'll see. I think they should have started already because again, it's a huge match in my opinion. AAA, huge promotion in Mexico. Impact Wrestling, big promotion here in the States. I think they should have been promoting it, but hey, that's just me. All right, so Josh Alexander will be on New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, as most people already know, this Friday against Rocky Romero. It's going to be Josh Alexander's second time on New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong. So the thought popped into my head. The G1 is the biggest tournament, is the biggest yearly tournament that New Japan Pro Wrestling holds. And this year it's going to be September and October. So September and October, they're going to be holding the G1 tournament. And the winner of the G1 tournament goes on to Wrestle Kingdom to challenge whoever the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion is. So I'm thinking, Josh Alexander making his second appearance on New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong against Rocky Romero. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be just fantastic if Josh Alexander, the X Division champion, was at G1? Wouldn't it be fantastic if he was a participant in the G1 Climax? Wouldn't that be just absolutely fantastic? Impact Wrestling sending their X Division champion to be a participant in the G1. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. If anyone could withstand the the intensity of the G1, it's definitely Josh Alexander, and I think he would welcome it with open arms. I think it would be fantastic because they have the partnership going, New Japan Pro Wrestling with Impact Wrestling. The pandemic is dying down. I think it would be, I'm just thinking Josh Alexander in the G1 would be just fantastic. I'm thinking Josh Alexander against Kota Ibushi would be just phenomenal. Josh Alexander against Tomohiro Ishii would be just fantastic. Josh Alexander against Minoru Suzuki would be just fantastic. Hiroki Goto against Josh Alexander, and he could go toe to toe with any of these guys. And I know it's a rigorous tournament, and you have matches basically almost daily, and there's the block A and the A block and B block, and I think Josh Alexander would be just fine. Like I said, I think he would welcome it with open arms. I think he would be able to withstand the what's there? He'd be able to withstand the intense matches that he would be participating in. Him against Jay White would be fantastic. Him against Will Ospreay. Think about that. Lots of possibilities there. Lots of possibilities there. But I think it would, first of all, is it going to happen? It's unlikely. Okay, this is just me talking off the top of my head on how awesome it would be. There's a chance. It's a small chance. Never say never in professional wrestling. But I think Josh Alexander showing up at the G1, being a part of the G1 as the X Division champion would be just fantastic. And you could say, oh, but Lewis, it's September, October. He can't be away that long. But Impact Wrestling tapes in advance. And they tape like I think 2 months of shows in advance. Maybe not that much, but a number of shows in advance. And they can do their tapings with Josh Alexander and send him on a plane to Japan, and he's in the G1. Again, the odds of this happening are very, very, very slim, but I would absolutely love to see Josh Alexander as the X Division champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 tournament. I think it would be absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I think a lot of people will agree with me. And I think it would be great for Impact Wrestling. He would be a great representative for Impact Wrestling. And I would, for one, would love to see it. I would love to see it. Again, very, very slim chance of it happening. Basically, it's a very, very, very minuscule chance of it happening. But personally, I would love to see it happen. I would love to see it happen. Monday Night Raw. They're going to close out with this. Monday Night Raw. Their ratings are just in the tank. It's just in the tank. The last Monday Night Raw didn't even get 1.5 million viewers, 1.47 million viewers for the last Monday Night Raw. That is just their viewership is just absolutely plummeting. Now, granted, there was an NBA, I think there was an NBA basketball game and maybe a hockey game as well that might have contributed to it. But this is the lowest rating, I think, in the history of Monday Night Raw. The lowest rating in the history of Monday Night Raw, 1.47 million viewers. It was 1.7 last week, and it dropped to 1.7 again. The NBA playoffs and I think there was a hockey game also, if I'm not mistaken, that could have contributed to it, but still 1.47 million, the lowest rating in the history of Monday Night Raw from what I'm reading here. So people are tuning out. People are tuning out. I mean, if it was must-see TV, like if it was Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock during the Attitude Era, I think a lot of those people would have said, I'm not going to watch basketball tonight. Stone Cold Steve Austin is on tonight. I want to see what happens with him and Mr. McMahon. If this was the Attitude Era, the Suns and Clippers are playing. You know what? I'll watch the results. The Rock is going to have a verbal debate this week with Kurt Angle. Or The Rock is taking on Triple H. I'd rather watch that. I think if it was the Attitude Era, I think a lot more people would turn off the basketball game and turn off Monday Night Raw. That's just my opinion. So 1.47 million viewers, very, very bad. very bad for Monday Night Raw. And again, ratings are plummeting. People are turning their backs and they're looking for alternatives, such as AEW, such as New Japan Pro Wrestling, such as Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling also got a very low rating, 69,000. Hopefully they can rebound from that. But people are looking for alternatives to the WWE, because right now it's not a very good product. Right now it's just not a very good product, and it's showing in the ratings, in the viewership. 1.47 million viewers. That's it. That's all they got this week. And I will say that I was not one of those 1.47 million viewers. So I just had to throw that out there. Okay, on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for listening to me today. I'm Lewis Carlin. This is the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network podcast. Until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.